it was so exciting to land in Hungary. Our flight plans, we went from Utah to Chicago and then to London and then to Budapest. And so by the time we landed, obviously we'd been flying for a long time. But my group, we had nine missionaries in my group. And man, we were such greenies. We were so new. When we landed in the airport and everything was in Hungarian, all the signs were in Hungarian, we were all just like psyched. We were just like, oh my gosh, we're finally here. We were kind of freaking out too, because we were like, okay, now where do we go? We had no idea what the plan was or what the drill was. We just knew, okay, we're in the Hungarian, like the Budapest airport. And so we kind of wandered around a little bit. Got all of our luggage on these trolleys, and we're just going around the airport. And eventually we found ourselves in the, I don't know what you call it, where people pick you up, the pickup place. I don't know. And we didn't see anybody that looked like a missionary, so we were just kind of like, okay, what do we do? And so then we're thinking, well, worst come to worst, maybe we could find a phone and try to get someone to give us the mission home phone number. We're like just brainstorming, what on earth could we do if nothing happens? But with time, we saw the APs and the mission president show up, and oh, we were so happy to see them. And they helped us out to the car where we had a couple of cars to put our luggage in. And when we got out there, the assistants, they gave us something that the Hungarians call a turo rudi, and it's something that you cannot get in the States. It's kind of a candy, like a treat sort of thing. And inside of it, it's kind of like this cream cheese, cottage cheese type texture, but it's very sweet. And on the outside, it's just covered, it's encased in chocolate. And so it's very unique, but it's the first thing that the assistants wanted us to experience. They're like, here, you have to try this right now. And I had heard about it previously from a friend and from the teachers in the MTC. They had talked about this, like, oh, it's like heaven, you know. And so I'm thinking, okay. But I don't know why, if I just wasn't hungry at the time, but I decided, oh, I'll just put that away. Like, I'll just save that for later. But little did I know, you're supposed to refrigerate. These things are supposed to stay cold. So it was later that night that I actually ate it, and it was so weird. I was like, oh, like, people like this. But my problem was that it had gone warm. It wasn't cold anymore. So it wasn't until a few weeks later that I decided to give it a try again. And then I was like, okay, yeah, this is good. This is really good. And so, yeah, that was fun. But anyway, after we got to the mission home, we all had interviews with the mission president, and like we had a nice lunch there, and then they let us take a nap. I was like, great, you know, guess we'll take a nap now. So we all were assigned different beds in the mission home where we could go. And then we had dinner, and then the assistants took us out to see the city that night. And oh, it was fantastic. It was so beautiful. Budapest is an incredible city. And so it wasn't until the next day that they actually threw us into the water, that they were like, okay, time to go streeting. We're going to go street contacting, and you have to go place some Books of Mormon or copies of the Book of Mormon. We loved it. My group loved it. Obviously the language was hard, and as we would talk to people, like, the language sounded nothing like what we had heard in the MTC, but we were just excited to apply what we had been learning. And so in our very broken Hungarian, we were able to place some copies of the Book of Mormon, and it was good. I don't remember how many we placed, but I remember that it was just such a neat experience to just start preaching, to start sharing our testimonies with actual Hungarians. And we did meet one atheist man who really gave us a talking to. He just started chewing us out for what we were doing, and he did it in English, so we were sure to know every word that he understood, or we understood everything he was saying. But the overall experience was just awesome. Yeah, it was neat. It was unreal. It felt like a dream for the first while when I got there. When I was taken to my first city with my trainer, I went to Miskolc. That was the first area that I was assigned to. Our first appointment, or our first meeting, was with this old woman. We call the old women nannies. So we met with this old nanny, and I just remember, like, the city where I was serving, they did have mountains. They had a mountain area off to the side of the city, and so it was just gorgeous. And we get to her home, and she had these 2 pet birds just flying around her apartment, and we were like, oh dear. Like, it was just amazing, though. It felt unreal, but it was amazing. So my adjustment to the country, It was pretty good. I typically don't experience homesickness or problems with adjusting. So me personally, it was just exciting. It was fun. It was a dream. I was finally serving the mission that I had always wanted to serve. And so there were hardships that came with it, but it went well. So I don't know, to anybody that's preparing to go to Hungary, I would just say, just be excited, get ready. It's going to be a fun ride. It will be hard, but it'll be great. Everyone's mission is different, and so just, I don't know, get ready to have some fun.